Like, this guy is just crazy, you know? Like, the kind of games he plays, it's like, it's crazy and it's fun. Because I will play it back to him. But yeah, that's like why I'm still in this. But now I'm kind of getting a little bit, I'm losing interest because he's not giving me what I want. I will not be settling for less. I will not, okay? I want a lot. I want a lot in my life. I want to be living like a fucking queen. And if he's not gonna be providing that, guess what? He thinks that, oh, maybe someday, maybe I will just accept it, you know? No, I'm not gonna accept it. I don't care.
Lily was a young, beautiful, exotic dancer who had just recently started a new life in Seattle, Washington. Escaping her past, she was looking forward to her future. Unfortunately, her life would be changed forever once she crossed paths with 58-year-old James McNeal. Once a respected husband, councilman, and productive member of society, to being a cold-blooded killer. Welcome to BaasetCrimez. Remember to hit that like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Liliya Guyvoronsky, who went by the nickname Lily, and her family would migrate to the United States at a young age and settle in the Washington area. In mid-2023, Lily would move to the Seattle, Washington area to get away from a stalker that she had. According to court records, Lily got a protective order against a man named Amal Kazemi in April of 2023. After she was granted the order, she moved to Seattle so she can start a new life and get away from this past. Lily would begin working as an exotic dancer at Kittens Cabaret in Seattle. Although she had a high display career, she didn't let that define her. According to Lily's family and friends, she was described as strong-willed with a big heart. She loved her animals more than anything on the planet, and she had so many goals in her life, including starting a family and studying to become a realtor. But for now, Lily had to do what she had to do. One night in December of 2023, while working at the Gentlemen's Club, Lily would meet 58-year-old James McNeal. Now, James, 38 years her senior, was born and raised in the city of Bothell, which is a small suburb outside the Seattle area. James worked in construction for 27 years, which included him eventually running his own construction business. In 2015, he ran for the election for the Bothell council member and won, despite his criminal record being exposed by the local Bothell Reporter newspaper. When James was 19 years old, he was charged with and pled guilty to felony eluding of police. He explained to the reporter that this arrest was a result of years of racial harassment by the police. He says it started at the age of 16 when cops ripped a stereo out of his brand new car at a traffic stop. Ever since then, police were harassing him, and even 1 week he got pulled over 5 times in a row. Other items that came up on his arrest record was a minor assault charge from 1987, a DUI from 1993, and he was prosecuted for failing to pay taxes on his construction business. Now, despite all of these things, he still was able to win the election. For 8 years, James served as a leader in the Bothell community as a respected council member. From an outside perspective, looking in at James' life for those 8 years, you would think that his life was picture perfect. Here he was, this perfect council member who was advocating for groups like Black Lives Matter and police injustice, as well as displaying himself as being this great family man, as having a wife and kids. Just everything he displayed showed him being a productive member to society, just a respectful man with integrity, there for his family, there for his children. So that's why he was able to stay in office for so long, because a lot of people loved and respected his values and his goals that he had for himself, his family, and for the city. He was just genuinely a likable guy that a lot of people could relate to.
We all we got! We all we need! Who are we? Nick Smaller! Who are we? Nick Smaller! How did we finish? Great job, guys. Great job. That was a close. Here we go. First test. Walking on my birthday. Met my goal. All right, here we go. My turn.
Yeah, it's your turn.
My turn.
It's live, Facebook.
After serving 8 years as a council member, James's tenure ended in December of 2023 after being defeated by his opponent. That same month, he met Lily, and according to Lily's friends, she told them that James had broken up with his wife and wanted to pursue Lily. Now, it's unclear how true this statement is because, of course, when you have a man like this involved, of course, there's manipulation, there's lies involved. So there's no telling if he really was still with his wife or if he was lying to both of them or if him and his wife actually were broken up. Now, regardless, the two would go on to pursue a relationship where it said that allegedly James was giving Lily up to $10,000 a month. Despite this lucrative relationship that Lily was benefiting from him, she soon realized that James had a disturbing side to him and ultimately tried to leave their toxic situation. According to messages exchanged between Lily and her friend, she states that pretty much James forced her out of celibacy and that it caused her to have a mental breakdown because of past emotions of what she had to deal with. She also claimed that James was very controlling and was manipulative, and pretty much she fell for his trap. She pretty much is taking his tactics very lightly, thinking that this is a game, that it's a challenge, that she's ahead, and that he's not going to win this. But in reality, he was playing chess and not checkers. So he was always steps ahead of what she thought he was doing. She even went as far as sending her friend a voice message kind of detailing their relationship and kind of what her plans were in regards to the relationship of the future, how she wanted to distance herself and pretty much get away from that situation and how it's affected her.
Yeah, this is like, you know what, like he I know he's like finding out that like it's not so easy. I think that's probably why he's so like pursuing me, because I'm such a challenge. Like, I'm not like other girls. Like, I will literally not talk to him the whole day. I won't text him, I will not call him. I don't, like, he can get me gifts, I'm not gonna be over here, oh, so excited. Like, I just act very like he does not faze me, and in reality he does not faze me. Okay, it's not like I've never met a rich guy in my life. I've grown up with my dad, so the fact that I will say no to him, I am firm with him, and I think because of that challenge, that's why he's still here pursuing me. He's so into me, but like, he's trying to put me in a place where he will have all the access he wants for nothing, you know. But I am not okay with that. So like, I really see he's doing this right now. So he hates the pushback. He always says I challenge him, and he gets so frustrated because it's like he cannot, like, he gets mad with the fact that he can't get away with some of these things, you know. And I'm like, okay, I'm not an idiot, okay? Like, James, I know when you're lying to me, okay? And of course, you don't like confrontation. Of course, I know that. Who likes it? And of course, I know you're never gonna admit that you did that, but just so you know, I do know what you're doing. So I think the reason why I'm still in here is because, honestly, like, I get really bored easily of guys, but I don't know, because it's such a roller coaster, like, I feel like it's just intriguing. It's just very interesting. I don't know, like, he would literally make up characters, pretend he's a sex trafficker at one point. He literally pretended that he's gonna be sex trafficking me. Can you believe it? And I thought, I had a feeling it's a bullshit, but I sticked around because I wanted to hear what's the end of the story. Like, what the like, this guy is just crazy, you know? Like, the kind of games he plays, it's crazy, and it's fun because I will play it back to him. But yeah, that's like why I'm still in this. But now I'm kind of getting a little bit, I'm losing interest because he's not giving me what I want. I will not be settling for less. I will not, okay? I want a lot in my life. I want to be living like a fucking queen. And if he's not gonna be providing that, guess what? He thinks that, oh, maybe someday, maybe I will just accept it, you know? No, I'm not gonna accept it. I don't care. Because I will refuse to believe the fact that, oh, I can't get another guy. Like, I'm so lucky he puts up with me. I'm like, shut up. I'm not lucky. Okay, guys will put up with me treating them like abusing them. So what are you talking about? Okay? I'm not lucky for anything, James. He gets so mad. This is pretty interesting, you know? But yeah, that's what's going on with me. I know it's like such a long messages. I just like wanted to share that with you.
Although Lily was able to get a restraining order against her last stalker, she unfortunately would not be able to escape the crazed and demented ways of this man. On the afternoon of April 30th, 2024, police dispatchers received a call from James' attorney, Jan Olson, claiming that he was sitting in a car outside of Lily's residence on Orchard Avenue. And based on a conversation that he had with his client, who was also inside the residence, he believed that a homicide had taken place. The dispatchers asked him to elaborate, but he would not. When police arrived on the scene, they found Lily's body naked, wrapped in blankets in her bed. James was found wearing clothes covered in old and fresh blood, as well as having lacerations on his wrists, which police believe are self-inflicted. He was immediately arrested. Investigators believe Lily had more than likely been strangled and had been deceased for at least 24 hours before James called his attorney to call the police. Police also found a note dated one day before the murder that read, quote, "Do not speak with James today." James is currently being held on a $3 million bond. Sadly, this is just another prime example of what happens when women try to distance themselves from someone who's just the source of pure evil. Hopefully, Lily's friends, family, everyone that she's pretty much just touched and affected in her life are able to get some peace and closure from this situation. It's sad how something can be initiated so quick and in as little as 6 months go from being on a high to just being something as grotesque as this. At only 20 years old, Lily had so much life left to live and so much to contribute to society. She was barely learning the ropes, catching her niche, and just figuring out what she wanted to do with her life. This just goes to show you that killers come in all shapes, sizes, and forms, from politicians to everyday parents to just people who you would never even think twice about. Let this serve as a reminder to all of us to remember to watch our backs and to not put our guards down for people who display red flags in their character, red flags in their emotions, red flags in just their everyday life and how they treat people. May Lily continue to rest in peace, and hopefully justice is served in this situation. Crime family, be safe and be blessed.
She was like, talks about how controlling and his rage outbursts, you know. She would show me how he would call like 30 times in a row, you know, if she was sleeping or something.
That Liliya Guyvoronsky would want everyone to know how loved they are, and she cared for every single person, and the intention behind her action was so sincere and genuine that no one deserves to be murdered like that.
I never knew that someone my age could have the emotional capacity to understand me. She could. I never knew I could relate so much to who she was, but she could. Lily possesses freedom in her where she could exist and simply not be bothered. I watched her over the years blossom from a young girl into a beautiful standing woman. Her heart was fierce, but it was made of gold. When the shadows seep into the tips of the willows, longing for the silent return of who once was with us, the regret and the anguish sweep into what could have been done. I wish I could go back in time, but I can't. So what I will do is lift her memory into the highest regards of heaven, where she lay in the arms of the angels of God. In peace and love, I spread her legacy, for she gave so much to others. Lily will be so missed and always remembered. She was one of a kind, a bright, beautiful soul that impacted anyone she met. She brought so much joy into my life just by being in it. I'll never forget her laugh and her giggle. Lily was thoughtful, strong, smart, kind, loving, and full of life. She was grateful and appreciative of the smallest things. She was great at expressing how she felt and letting people in her life know that they were loved and cared for. She loved deeply and made her loved ones feel so special. Her strength and courage was so inspiring, and she could achieve anything she put her mind to. She had a beautiful heart, and I will always cherish our memories and the times we spent together. She is with God now, and I can't wait to see her again.